Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Check it out. Today we're doing a review of the HBX 12.8 4x4 RC truck. This one's called the Protector. If you guys are subscribed to the channel, you may have seen my giveaway. It was my 100k subscriber giveaway, and I actually gave I want to say 6 of these away, 6 or 8, and then also HBX sponsored a whole bunch of trucks too, so a smaller size truck. But this is going to be the buggy today. We're going to go ahead and unbox this. We're outside, beautiful day, and I'm going to be testing out the DJI Osmo Pocket. You guys may have seen my review on this. I said I was going to use it in some of my reviews. I went ahead and printed out this little bottom tripod mount thing from Thingiverse, so pretty cool. I don't have to really buy any peripherals for it if I don't want to. They can print a lot of things 3D printed. And I just screwed in this little tripod stand from my Xiaomi, I think it was the Magia 360 camera. So I'm going to be putting this just on this truck here. This is my new 4Runner 2019 Pro. We just got it a couple days ago. By the way, if you guys want to see a review on this guy, let me know. Comment in the description. Speaking of trucks, we're reviewing a truck. I don't know if you guys want to see me do a, kind of an overview. It's a pretty awesome truck. I'm so happy I finally got one. Been saving up my whole life for something like this. And anyway, comment in the description if you want to see a review of that. But today's all about the Protector. Let's get started. Let's see how the Osmo works. I'll be switching between my hat cam and the Osmo Pocket. See what kind of footage we can get. And also we'll try to track it when I'm running. It's a 4x4 hobby grade. This is not brushless, but it's got all ball bearings and stuff. And it is 4-wheel drive. So anyway, let's take off the top and see what we get in the box. Try to do this as quickly as possible so we can get driving. We have the spare tire for the back here. Let's see what else we have. We got the charging peripherals. So we have a USB cable. Wow, cool. So I guess this is going to be lithium ion because they give you that open type of charger, and then you just plug that into a USB slot, and this goes right in there like that. And it looks like we're going to have to put on that spare tire. There's also a screwdriver in this package with a little cross screw, so we can put that onto the back of the truck. We got an instruction manual. What else we got? We got this controller, just kind of zip tied in there, and some bubble wrap. There we go. So a very cheap controller that comes with a lot of these, cheaper. This is going to be a sub $100 car. I think this is around $90. But HBX, man, I've done a couple reviews on these guys. They really do have some pretty good quality bang for the buck. I'm just going to go in with the scissors, and it's got 2 tie wraps on the front and rear axles. So I'm just snipping those, take it out of the box. As you can see, this is the first time I've ever done this. A little warning about the battery and stuff. And there's the truck, nothing else in there. The spare tire that we're putting on right here, which we'll do right now actually. It's got these little hex, it's got a hex hub there, and there's a hex on the back. All we do is line it up, take our screwdriver, and screw that thing in right in the back. Super simple. Of course, you could leave this off if you wanted to, but I'm just going to put it on. It looks way cooler, like an actual dune buggy. And the screwdriver does work for this, although it's a little bit small. It does come with this film on the Lexan body. You can either leave it on, of course, or take it off. Doesn't really matter. I might pull it off real quick. We've got some film all the way around on all of the panels. There we go. Cool. The last bit of film off of the hood there. Get that shine out. Cool. It looks like 18650 lithium ion batteries in the bottom. I'm just going to pop one of these out real quick and just see how easy it is to change these. So it looks like you may need to grab your screwdriver they give you and pop that open. And then it does have these little tabs that are already in the battery. Yep, so these are 18650 NRH15s, 1500 milliamp hour each, and it looks like they're just plugging right in like this, like other HBX vehicles. Really simple, really easy. So once you take out that tab, you can just put this and click it back on, and so there's one on each side. These are the batteries that I'm building my battery pack with, or I have built one on my Paradisco for extra long flights. Anyway, those go in here. I'll get those charging in just a second before we run it. But let's inspect the truck real quick before we do that. So it's got the A-arm suspension. Unfortunately, not feeling any oil. These are definitely not oil-filled shocks. You can see that there's a notch here. So they're just kind of a spring, really cheap shock. So it's got plastic dog bones into a steel end. So the actual joint is steel. It looks like it's all steel in the differential in the front and also in the back. That's the back, that's the front. And same type of shocks all the way around. You can see that it has a front and a rear differential. Those are all spinning freely, and then when we roll it like this, all the wheels are turning, so you know it's definitely 4x4. The tires do actually feel like they have foam in there, so that's great. A lot of these cheaper ones don't have foam. Really liking the black chromed wheels, really nice looking. Everything seems like it's put together good enough. It looks like this has these little body clips in the back. I think we can just tilt up the actual cage. Yeah, look at that. So we can get to our electronics super easy just by 2 body clips. That hinges up right at the hood, and we can access. This actually has a light bar. So 4 LED lights, a working light bar on top, already installed in the cockpit. We do have a driver in there, so definitely has the race molding look to it. So pretty cool. Little plug for the LED lights coming out of the ESC there. There's our antenna for the receiver, just a steering servo here. And I am seeing an aluminum shaft right here from front to back. So there is an aluminum drive shaft going all the way down. There's the motor. The motor does have this little heatsink, which looks like it's kind of funny because it doesn't really fit. They just kind of pushed it over and it was almost popping off. So maybe I can push this in a little bit harder. Looks like it needs to go down in the plastic there. That looks like it's on there. So maybe from shipping or manufacturing, they didn't push that down hard enough. So I'm gonna just push that down really hard. It feels like it's on there good. Looking for an on-off switch. There it is. So on the left side of the vehicle, there is a switch that's nicely hidden, and I like that because it pushes back and it's on. Forward is off. So if you're usually going forward, if something hits that switch, it's not going to shut it off. It's going to stay on. But that switch is perfectly nice and almost flush with the body here, or the frame, under frame. And so it's really going to be hard for dirt and rocks to hit that. So great design, really cheap, but looks like it is done really good. As you can see, no oil-filled shocks. We drop that thing and it's just going to bounce. Anyway, here's the controller. Real quick look at it. We got our throttle, our brake, and our reverse. Very, very cheap controller. Throttle trim, steering trim, on-off switch, and steering reverse. And that really is all that we have, but that's really all we need. And then it takes 2 AA batteries in the bottom there. Let me charge up these batteries and we'll give it a test run around here in the neighborhood. We'll do some grass, we'll do some jumping. We got a little area of rocks over there. We'll do some pavement and curves and see just how this little buggy performs. Okay, so I completely missed the sticker sheet in the box for this buggy. So while we're waiting for those batteries to charge, might as well put all these on, right? Okay, so first thing we want to do is check the steering. Looks good, pretty quick. And let's see how this thing runs. So just a couple of test turns here. Turns really nice and tight. Really liking that. Look at this tight turning radius, really fast. Let's try like a full throttle from a dead stop to full throttle now. Almost wants to wheelie. Want to trim it out because it's pulling to the left a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll back it up, kind of go in a straight line, and then work our steering trim. There we go. So trim it to the right just a little. That seems about good. So this is full speed. Nice. It's not stuck to the ground too much, so it's not flipping, and it's a very low center of gravity, so that's great. Feels like maybe like 10 to 15. Cool. So this is, remember, 7.4 volt. And let's try to climb some curbs and some rocks and stuff. Just blast it over this curb a few times. Feels good. The suspension, of course, not oil filled, so it's not really soaking up. There's our reverse, just pushing back. Seems like it goes into reverse. If you're going slow enough, it'll go into reverse. Otherwise, it just brakes. Like that was full brake and it's not going into reverse. To let off, push again. Forward. Woo! Nice. So we're gonna kind of bash it, see if we feel any stripping or anything. So far, so good. Let's go over these rocks. Nice. It just kind of sails over this little rock section. See if we can get out of this. Getting kind of high centered there. Oh. Come on, we can get out. Let's go, let's go. There we go. Just gotta throttle it hard. No stripping yet. Seems good. A little bit of bottom out when I go down that driveway. Let's see if we hit this lip. Ooh. So yeah, you're gonna hit the front if you hit lips like that too hard. Let's try over a curb. Oh, almost. Man, this little thing can almost get over a curb. Try again. Oop, flipped it. Try one more time. Yeah, you can climb curbs with this little truck. Nice. 1/12. So you see it's gonna kind of high center, and then the diff is gonna slip quite a bit. So you're gonna have to kind of reverse and go forward again. But you can get out of some hairy situations. Let's try to crawl a little bit. Yeah, not so great for crawling because we don't have any diff lock or anything. And the tires are kind of small. It's like a lower buggy, right? So you could rock race. So go fast over the rocks. Kind of jump them like that. But when you start going slow, you're gonna feel you're kind of bogging a little bit, getting stuck. But kind of like that. There we go. Ooh, not bad. Let's see how it is in the grass. Just try a jump. No. Well, there's a little jump. Not a whole lot of jumping power, but let's just try it a couple more times just to get the feel for how this thing's gonna perform. Full throttle now. Yeah, you can still jump it. It's got enough power, but it's got to be quite steep jump. So that's it for grass. Yeah, we can do some jumps with it. Let's see if it'll flip in grass easily. Well, still not flipping. It wants to pull up a little bit when I let off the throttle, but nothing major. There, a little bit of a lip jump. Yeah, so it's not, I mean, it's not brushless or anything, but performing great in grass. Full throttle over that curb. It just soaks it up even though it's not oil filled. Full throttle. Transition, no problem. Let's try a little range test, guys. So I'm gonna go out as far as I can go, all the while I'm turning left and right. I got the transmitter up by my face. Yeah, all the way out to the crossroad. That's about 200 feet right there. And no problem whatsoever. Oh. No, I did lose control. Holding it up. There we go. I just had to turn it. So when I faced back towards us, I lost control. This thing looks nice too. I'm loving the paint scheme, the black and orange. And look at this thing with all the stickers on it. That looks awesome. The lights make it look even better. Of course, it's going to use a little bit more power. But just some scuffing, nothing stripped yet. Oh, there's some wheelie. Okay, you want a wheelie? Woo! Do this. Drop it and then give it throttle. That held a wheelie for about 15 feet. Okay, so it will not flip on the pavement. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you learned that trick. Drop it and give it full throttle right when it hits the ground, and it does a little hop and wheelie. Of course, you can always just hold it up like this, I guess. There you go. Hold some wheelies. That's about it. No flipping. Not powerful enough to flip unless you're going over stuff. I'm liking it. We'll just bash it more. Bam. Nice. I'm going to try to get some slow-mo with the Osmo. Pocket. So the Osmo, in my review of this thing, it had some trouble tracking side to side. Of course, it's black pavement too, so this might be a little hard for it. But it's doing it. Cool. Getting close, can it spin? Not bad if I go slow. Just going side to side. Okay, it's still tracking. That's cool. Wow, I'm surprised. Oh, is it gonna lock back on? Yes. Wow. Okay, impressed. So I'm only going a couple miles per hour, guys, but it's still able to track this little thing on the black pavement. Maybe I should start going faster. Still tracking. Wow. Now I'm going about 5. Lost track. Okay, that's kind of the limitations of a little RC car. Anyway, want to get this little guy out of the way. Of course, we can just put it in our pocket. So we'll try to continue on until we kill this battery. Let's just do some bashing, see if anything breaks. Oh! Right when I said that, I hit that giant rock. Still turning good. I haven't done a RC car review for a while, but I always like to hit this thing right here. See if we can get some air. There we go. Whoa, caught up in the vines. See if we can break free. There we go. Oh, cased it right on the front differential. Full throttle. Oh, yeah. On our feet. Nice. Still maintaining. That's cool. Nothing's stripping, and I'm just holding it hard. Ooh, right into that rock. See if we can get off of this. Full throttle forward, go. Oh, you see that diff isn't letting the... Come on, come on. Still got pretty much full power, man. This thing's gonna last a long time on a battery. Probably get at least about 20 minutes. I'm just gonna full throttle it everywhere, except for the curb, of course. Into the rocks. Ooh, I was holding it full throttle there, no stripping. Oh. So, you know, we need to test these things, because if you buy this for your kid, or if you're an adult, you know, kids just want to hold it full throttle all the time, and they don't really have a knack for what not to do. Kind of like me. They may break something that's not very durable. That was a nice launch. So we just would like to test. I like to test. Put these things through some gnarly. Oh, right on the. Come on, come on. And if those diffs were just a little tighter, what you could probably do, guys, is put a little bit of grease, thicker grease in those diffs if you wanted to take it apart. There we go. And then you wouldn't get stuck like that, because both tires would be able to spin a little more. See how that left one's freewheeling? Put some thicker diff grease right in here if you want to take it apart, and it won't allow this to slip so easily. Right now it's really loose and slipping. So that's what you do if you want a little more lock in the back and the front for 4x4. Still working great. Just launching. Oh, we flipped it, but it's back up and it's down again. Oh. Yeah, so I was trying to maybe flip it back over, but just doesn't have the torque. Maybe if it was brushless and 3S, it'd be able to like flip itself back over, because it does kind of have that high top. If you notice, when you flip it over, the tire kind of helps it, so it rocks pretty far in both ways because of the tire, so that'll help it flip back over if you do flip. Are we almost getting low? Ooh! Talk about abuse. Let's see if we can get off this rock. Come on, come on. This not quite. There! Made it. I always like to see if I can get out of situations like that. Ooh, I can't quite get over that curb straight on. Anyway, I feel like getting a little bit weak. Not bad though. Let's hit this again. Boom! Woo! Pendulum. Okay, I'm gonna help it. That's all we needed. Just like a couple millimeters. Ooh! Still held it full throttle and it didn't even break anything. Oh man. Okay. Another crazy bash test. For this is like, what is this, 80 bucks, 90 bucks? Maybe even 70? You get a discount. If you look at this thing in the description, guys, check if I have a code. There it goes. So this is getting low voltage cut off. So when I'm hitting things, it's cutting off. So that's it. So I'll have a time up on the screen of total drive time. So you guys were wondering, you know what? I didn't even have the batteries fully charged. The charger is supposed to turn green, and it was red for an hour and I just took them off. So that's the low voltage cutoff. It seems to be working good, so it saves the batteries. We're back at the table and I do want to check out how bad this thing is scraped up. Looking at the sides, the tires are all just fine. By the way, some of these trucks you have to loosen the hub screws a little bit because they bind. This one you didn't seem to have to do that. It seems like the tolerance on this one is pretty good. I'm also reviewing this little Rampage 1/18 scale, and it seems like they screwed these ones in a little bit too much, so this review coming up. But some of them just check, make sure you have decent freewheeling when it's not under power. So tires all look great, just awesome tires. They performed really well. The undercarriage is what we're really looking at. So we've got just scrapage here, you know, typical scraping on plastic. Nothing is broken. All the servos and the arms are working great. The steering links. And I actually really like how they did this. It's all one piece. There's nothing down here to catch on. You know what I mean? So you're not going to like hit a lip and get jammed and break something off. It has to break this whole bumper. So all the linkages still solid. Those aren't loose at all. Front and back. And just minimal damage on the body. Everything is working great. I want to check the axles real quick. Just looking in there, making sure there's no twisted axles. Everything looks just fine. I want to look at the drive cups to make sure there's no stripping. Nope, it looks like they put the perfect amount of power on this thing so you can't damage anything at all. And that's what these little toy trucks, the good ones, are meant to do. A kid can just bash the heck out of them and he's not going to damage anything. So this was only one run, guys, but I think it's safe to say that this thing is going to last because people don't usually bash it that hard and hit rocks and stuff on their first few runs, but I did. So anyway, that's the review of the Protector 1/12 scale little buggy. If you won a few of these guys in the giveaway, congratulations. More giveaways to come. And don't miss this little HBX 1/18 scale. This one's also 4-wheel drive. That one's coming up in just a few days. And go ahead and leave a comment down in the description, guys, because I really want you guys to let me know if you'd like me to review this Toyota 4Runner Pro. As you can see, it's brand new. I just got it. And I'm really anxious to know what you guys think. I want to try to do a really thorough review on it. Maybe not crazy wheeling and stuff, but I am going to take it to some off-road places. And I want to see what this 4Runner Pro can do, especially since it has that traction control in this. And it has a locking rear diff. I think that'll be pretty darn cool. Also, I'll have this down there too if you want to check it out. Awesome truck. I was expecting it to be good because HBX stuff is always pretty darn good. So anyway, I'll have the link for it down in the description. If you're happy with it and you'd like to pick one up, go ahead and check that link down there. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Thanks for watching.